Welcome back to Studio 10. We have a really special guest with us this morning. We've got Michelle Wade. She's a teacher with Saraland City Schools. She's also a finalist for Alabama Teacher of the Year. Good morning.
Good morning.
We're so glad that you are here. We're outside on our beautiful jet deck. It's a beautiful morning. We want to talk about what you're up for, Alabama Teacher of the Year.
Well, I received the honor of being chosen as one of the District 1 Teachers of the Year for the elementary, and so there were 16 finalists chosen in the state, and so from that point they'll narrow it down to 4 and then select the State Teacher of the Year. So I'm just honored to be even a part of a group like that.
So exciting, and we know your passion is part of the reason why you were, chosen for one of the finalists. We want to talk about something really fun and what you teach. People call you the Mary Poppins of Saraland City Schools.
Yes, so I've always loved music. I grew up taking piano lessons from my great-grandmother at a young age, and just seeing how music is a place for genuine connection to happen and wanting to give that opportunity to my students. So within the past 7 years of working at Saraland City Schools, I've had the pleasure of beginning the elementary show choir program, which is an auditioned 50-member show choir with costumes and everything, and try to make it as fun as possible for the kids. So one of their shows was a Mary Poppins theme, and so I surprised the kids by dressing as Mary Poppins and did the announcements for the show as that. And so it's just been beautiful to see how connections can happen through teaching music, and it's a lifetime investment for me, for sure.
Yeah, you can definitely see the passion in that, and obviously this year was so different for you and teachers across the world with COVID-19. Now, how was teaching music virtually, essentially?
Yes, it was definitely a challenge when we stopped meeting together at the school. Right, my choir was preparing to go to Universal Studios to do a competition, and then all of those plans were put to a halt. And so, but my principal made a good point to us as educators that this is a good opportunity to teach the students, what do you do with disappointments? When life gives you lemons, how can you make lemonade? So lemonade for me, it looked like going outside and shooting some videos of me doing some sing-along books with the kids. I did a Zoom talent show where the kids got to perform, and I made some homemade trophies for them, and I went to their houses and delivered. One day I dressed up as Mary Poppins and visited them with signs, and so for me, connection was the main thing. Connection and just trying to encourage them to be musical during their time at home. Which
is so important, especially for the babies there at the Saraland Early Education Center and Saraland Elementary School. Now we want to talk about next steps in this big old thing. So you were just telling me how you are down to 16, they go eventually down to 4 and to 1. So what are the next steps for you?
The next step would be an interview, and so sometime in July we'll have an interview process, and then in August is when they'll announce the Teacher of the Year. And so, up to that point, just keep teaching music and loving on the kids. And so music has always been, a passion of mine. So, and as part of my platform, one thing that I'm very passionate about, and especially in this unique time in our country where there's so much division, not only do I have the Saraland Show Choir, but I also have the International Children's Choir. And so to be able to use that as a platform, because so many times I think we are divided, but music has a way of connecting. And so for me, one of the most rewarding things in my career was seeing kids come together from Burundi, Iraq, all of these different countries, backgrounds, religions, and to sing together. And so it's my goal to continue in building that and to just speaking about that, because I believe that that is a way that we can be the change in our community.
And that is beautiful. One last thing, what would you have to say to teachers in our area specifically who may need a little hope during this time of COVID-19?
I would say, like I said before, when life gives you lemons, make lemonade. Like, look for opportunities to have genuine, authentic connections with your students. Because the thing is, I think every teacher wonders, am I doing enough? Am I doing enough? But do the one thing that you see in front of you and do it as well as you can. And if you make that connection with that child, that can impact the rest of their life. So, so instead of thinking about what we can't do, be faithful with what we can.
What a perspective. Well, we are so excited for you, so proud of you here in the Gulf Coast, and excited to see where you go from here, and best of luck, of course, to you.
Thank you so much. I appreciate the opportunity.
Sure thing. We'll have more about Michelle on our website right after the show, fox10tv.com. Joe.